This is my first trip to the club when a song was played at a nightclub in Miami Beach, which offended Jewish people everywhere. We're entering like day 5 of this. We got some updates for you. Get a load of this. The mayor and the commissioner of the city of Miami Beach have now invited the owners of the Vendome Club that I went to on Saturday to make a trip to the Holocaust Museum of Miami Beach. I'm not making this up. That's their move. So the mayor of the city is bringing the club owners of Vendome to the Holocaust Museum for a lecture, for a book report. And I wanted to talk a little bit more about that Patrick Bet-David interview from yesterday with Andrew Tate, because I actually had a chance last night to sit down and watch the entire thing. I want to make something very clear about that whole situation. So as you know, I went to the club on Saturday for the first time with Manik, with Clav, Sneeko, Myron, Fresh, Andrew and Tristan Tate, Justin Waller. We go to the club. We got a great time. Have a great time. We're singing, dancing. Red Bull is flowing. And as you know, the infamous song by Kanye West comes on. The DJ plays it, Hitler by Ye. Now, Miami Beach is a very Jewish city. Everybody is offended. There's all sorts of political pressure, fallout. Everybody's getting in trouble. Everybody's blaming each other. Following day, Andrew Tate goes on Patrick Bet-David's podcast. Actually, I believe it was on Monday. He goes on the podcast. And everybody says that Andrew Tate is selling out, that he backed down, that he kissed the wall, all this kind of stuff. Because Andrew Tate goes on the show and says, well, hey, I didn't play the song, and I didn't like it, and it's not my fault, and I'm being blamed for it, and so on. And everybody is criticizing Andrew Tate. Everybody is saying that he caved, that's not top G, that's Matrix behavior, etc. And I think the real person to blame in all of this is Patrick Bet-David. I watched the whole thing, and if you watch the entire thing, you see Andrew Tate goes on the show, and they bring this up, and they talk about it for a couple of minutes, and Patrick says, I don't want to talk about this for too long. We should just move on. 2 minutes in, it drags on for 50 minutes. 50 minutes that Patrick Bet-David and his 2 co-hosts, mind you, these are all guys that are pushing 50 years old, okay? They're all 50. These are grown men, supposedly serious businessmen, supposedly anti-woke, pro-Trump businessmen. They're crying for 50 minutes about a song. And I said this on Telegram, take a step back for a second. Take a step back, forget all of your assumptions, all your prejudices, everything that you know about the way the world works. Take a step back. What actually happened on Saturday night? A song was played in a nightclub. That's it. Nobody got hurt. Nobody got stabbed, shot, trampled, stampeded. A group of guys went to a nightclub, played a song for 30 seconds with controversial lyrics. Song ended, everybody went home, everybody was fine. Objectively speaking, this is not a big deal. This doesn't matter. Nobody was even affected. Nobody was hurt. It is not a big deal. The reason that it is a big deal, the reason it is elevated to a crisis is because it offended the wrong people. Because run the city of Miami and Miami Beach. They control South Florida because they are very powerful there, like gangsters. And they are so over the top and so oppressive that they will not tolerate being offended even for a minute. And they are using emotional blackmail and guilt tripping and cry bullying to punish anybody that has a problem with them. Anybody that dares to make a joke at their expense or offend them, they're abusing their ill-gotten power through gangster cartel tactics to now penalize those people, punish those people. And the message is clear. You don't insult people in this city because we run this town. And we're in our feelings about a song and nobody offends us in this town. We run this place. That's the message. And that's bullshit. This is America. America is run by the people, of, by, and for the people, with God-given, constitutionally protected rights, and that goes above and beyond freedom from government persecution. It means a climate of free speech. So we should be free from intimidation. We should be free from cartels and gangsters. We should be free from this kind of ethnic, clannish, gangster-type behavior. The only reason anybody is talking about it is because we all know there's a double standard. You can't offend these people. They're the biggest cry bullies in the world. They have all this power. They're the most brutal, unscrupulous people in the world. They defend genocide. They defend brutality, the murder of women and children. But if you play a song that offends them for 30 seconds, they're going to cry and play the victim. We're the victim. We're powerless. We're hurt. Now we're going to use all our power to punish everybody. It's so over the top and so ridiculous and woke. Nobody should stand for it. And honestly, Patrick Bet-David, you should know better. You're a grown man. You claim to be a patriot. You're a 47-year-old man. And you have this whole shtick, I'm an alpha male, I'm a businessman, I'm no nonsense, I'm not woke. You're buying into this crap? You're buying into this? What a joke. You should know better. Everybody should know better. And you should have your friends back. Andrew Tate is your friend. He's been on your show for years. He is being unfairly attacked, and he is forced to defend himself because he is vulnerable. Why are they going after him? Because he is vulnerable, because he is a political target. He's vulnerable because he's in between jurisdictions. He's one of the most wanted men in the world, and you know as well as anybody else, this is completely over the top. It is an overreaction. It is purely political. It is not proportionate. It's not fair. It doesn't make sense. It is woke. And they're coming after your friend, and they're making him crawl on his belly because they know they got him by the balls, because they know he's in trouble. And you, as a man and as a patriot, as a guy, should understand that. And you should see that, and you should have your friends back. If you want to tell him behind the scenes, man to man, hey, that wasn't really a good idea. You've got a promising career. That was childish. You want to tell him that man to man out of concern. You do that behind the scenes. You do that off camera. In front of the camera, you present a united front. Your friend is under attack. It's bullshit. It is a crock of shit. You know it. Everybody knows it. These people are cry bullies. They're gangsters. It's a double standard. Everyone knows it. Everyone is sick of it. You should have your friends back. You should have sat them down and you should have said, you know what? It's trolling. It's dumb. It's childish, but it is unfair what they're saying about you. I know you. You're a good guy. You're not hateful. This is completely exaggerated. That should have been your response. That is what any real man would say. Anybody that is a true adult, a true guy, no nonsense conservative should be able to see what this is, and it's a load of crap, and should have their friends back. And as a patriot, should say this is un-American to be crying and carrying on about all this stuff. The club fired 3 people. The mayor of the city says this is a crisis. You don't got nothing to say about all that? You think that's normal? You think that's chill? Do you think that even makes sense? Is that normal? It's insane. Instead, we get a 50-minute struggle session. You let your emotional co-host, who is a Jew, and by the way, this little Jew, he offends everybody. He offends women. He offends Muslims. He offends black people. He's very politically incorrect. He came up to me when I was in your studio and said, yeah, we shouldn't let women vote, and we got a problem with black people, and we got to fight these Muslims. That's the kind of guy he is. When somebody plays a troll, controversial edgelord song and Jews are the butt of the joke, what does he say on your show? He says, and I quote, Florida is where racism goes to die. Oh, really? So we as big tough guys, big anti-woke, no-nonsense tough guys, listen up, youngster, I'm 50 years old. We can offend black people, we can offend women, we can offend Muslims, we can offend everybody. Oh, a Jew was the butt of a joke in a song? Oh, well, now we're anti-racist. Now it's not enough to be not racist, we must be anti-racist. If you sit at a table, if 10 people sit at a table with one racist, there's 11 racists. Oh, now we're woke, huh? And now you're gonna let the aggrieved minority hijack the whole conversation. And he turns it into a struggle session, on and on and on, and another thing, and you should have known better, and we don't play those games here. We don't play songs that offend Jews here. Really? This is a deficit of courage. This is a deficit of fucking balls. That's what this is. Where's the balls? Huh? And you know what's funny? Patrick Bet-David had Bibi Netanyahu on the show. I think they gave him less of a hard time about being a war criminal than Andrew Tate playing a song. Yeah, think of that. Benjamin Netanyahu is a wanted war criminal. He is charged by his own government for corruption, credibly accused of committing a genocide. You have him on the show, you barely press him about that. Andrew Tate comes on the show, you press him for 50 minutes because he was present while a song played in a nightclub in South Beach. Really? Does that make any sense to anybody? Does that even make sense? And it's on the men, because you expect, especially the older guys, you expect the older guys to be able to call balls and strikes and say, you know what, this is woke garbage, this is PC, this is emotional, this is over the top. You expect grown men to be able to call out the nonsense, not to drink the Kool-Aid, not to buy into it. He's going to go and participate in this humiliation ritual. I'm watching this round table of guys that are lecturing me. You're childish, you're immature, you need to grow up, you shouldn't say these things. This is a round table. These guys are pushing 40, pushing 50, crying for 50 minutes about a song because that's what everyone's supposed to do because the Jews are mad. Really? Where's the courage? And that's really what it comes down to in this country. Everybody knows what is going on, but everybody is afraid to call these people out on their crap. That's really what it is. Everybody knows Netanyahu has us by the balls. Everybody knows AIPAC has us by the balls. Everybody knows there's this double standard. We all get offended all the time. We are all offended all the time. The sensibilities of every group, every ethnic group, every religious group, the young and the old, the men and the women, we're all offended. Everyone has a grievance. Everybody else has to suck it up. People are putting out rhetoric against any other group. Hey man, suck it up. Free country. It's not that big of a deal. Oh, these people get offended. It's literally an international incident. We're invoking the Holocaust, etc. And just don't build your brand on fighting PC and woke garbage if you're going to give into it when it actually counts. So they did him really dirty. Everybody's blaming Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate's in a shitty situation. I don't envy him at all. He found himself in this unfortunate controversy that no one really could have seen coming. It's one of those things that just happens. Is it preventable? Yes, but then you can't really live your life. They're going to give him a little talking to. He's in the principal's office. You should have left the car. Why'd you think that was okay? You should have turned the song off. Oh, come on now. Really? I mean, it reminds me literally of when I was in middle school. It reminds me of the kind of crap that you and your buddies would get called into the principal's office for in middle school. You're in there with your other 12-year-old buddies in the principal's office, and they're saying, who played the song? Well, Sneako played it. Oh, well, Myron played the song. Well, why didn't you stop it? Why didn't you get up and turn the song off? Our code of conduct says we keep our hands and feet to ourselves, and we respect everyone at all times. I mean, really? These are 50-year-old men. 50-year-old anti-woke, hey, I'm a no-nonsense business guy. Get so real. Shame on you. Shame on you. You should know better. There is no excuse. But these guys are just like NPCs. They're just enforcers of the political order. If all you care about is money, if that's all you care about is money, career, status, then you're going to get thrown for a loop by this stuff. Does anybody care enough to stand on business to defend the principle of the matter? That's the question, you know? Because the whole lecture was like, hey, Andrew Tate, you know, you make all this money. You know what Patrick told him? He said at this college basketball game or something, Trump is in the box with Dana White and Jake Paul. He goes, you belong in that room. So is that really what it's all about, man? It's all just about making money and posing for pictures in a box seat at a fucking sports game? That's what it's all about? But if you don't kiss the wall, if you don't wear your kippah and kiss the wall and pretend to give a shit about the Holocaust like it's not all load crap, you know, you'll never be able to aura farm in the box with Trump. And everyone on social media is going to say, ooh, Top G is with Trump at the Indiana-Miami basketball game. Is that really what it's all about, for a bunch of douchebags to dap each other up? Oh, look, Dana White and this guy dapped each other up in the box at the big game. It's got to be bigger than that. It's got to be deeper than that. Does anyone even care enough to defend the principle of the matter? I care about freedom. Freedom to live your life. Freedom to do what you think is right. Freedom to make jokes. Freedom to say what you want. Yeah, go ahead. Fucking cancel me. Because at the end of the day, you could be very rich and have a lot of status, but if you're living in fear of this kind of stuff, you can't go out with the guys and make a little joke without living in fear. You know, are you really free? Are you all that powerful? Or are you just kind of like the biggest slave on the plantation? It's just infuriating that this is what the country's come to. And like I said, it's because of fear, cowardice. People care about all the wrong things. Where's the solidarity? It should have been, everybody should have stood shoulder to shoulder and said, you know what? Yeah, we played the song. Fuck off. Not a big deal. Instead, you get, you know, not everybody, but people pointing the finger and coming after each other. You get this struggle session, really, on Valuetainment. I'm sorry, what is this, Rachel Maddow? What are we on The View? You know, but nobody has the courage of their convictions to just say, I don't feel guilty. I don't feel ashamed. This is stupid. This is ridiculous. This disgusting freak that is the mayor of Miami Beach. Just look at him. You want to know where the mayor of Miami Beach comes from? He left his position at the SEC because he was constantly being accused of being a pervert. So that was plan B. Plan B, after you get chased out for being accused of being a pervert, is then you go and you run Miami Beach on behalf of the Jewish interest there with the other commissioners that are children of Israelis. And we bow to them. He's walking around the city to his kippah. You're not welcome here. Really? Come on. And they got this guy on the show, guy's pushing 50, no wife, no kids, talking about, I'm the coolest guy in the club. Bro, you're 50. There are no 50-year-olds that are the coolest guy in the club. I hate to break it to you, hotshot. I take you to the coolest clubs. I'm up all night. Okay, you're an unmarried, childless, 50-year-old man wearing sneakers with your suit. You think you're a big shot because you're in the club? Yeah, you're the biggest shot 50-year-old in South Beach. Seriously, grow the fuck up, all of you. Enough. That's really the rallying cry. Enough. We're sick of all of it. I watched that interview, and it charges me all up all over again. You know, people say I'm moderating, I strike a conciliatory tone. I see stuff like that, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's why. That's why we went down this path, because I will never bow to that kind of nonsense. Sorry for playing the song. I should have known better. I should have turned it off. I should have left. People are cowed, and they're hurted, and they will do anything under social pressure. That's my little add-on to last night. I actually saw the thing, and I got to say, direct your fire on them. Andrew Tate's in a bad situation. I know people don't like what he said. I don't love what he said. They got him really under the gun. It's Patrick Bet-David's fault for subjecting him to that. He should have had his back. No loyalty. Every man for themselves. Crabs in a barrel. So I'll stick up for Tate. I'll stick up for Sneako. And you know what? You know, the Tates are trying to blame Sneako. It wasn't just Sneako. Myron played the song too. Fresh helped him. Sneako put it on in the car. Clav helped him. I loved it. You know, we all played a part in this. We were all there. And the whole thing is dumb. So everybody should be united and say, this is ridiculous. This is stupid. You're making a bigger deal out of it than it is, but instead it's going to devolve into, we're all going to die because of the song. Give me a break. Anyway, I don't want to spend too much time on that, but I got to defend my guys here. I love the Tates, love Sneeko, love Myron, the rest of them, Liv, can we go to the club and play a song that might offend some people without it turning into an international controversy? So, and I would love to hear the rebuttal. What's the rebuttal to that? You buy into this shit? We got to stop being ruled and blackmailed in this way.